Is this the most spectacular small hot hatch? This is the Toyota GR Yaris. Our review, let's go. The spin, so you can do it like this. Starting here with the front, you can see a very massive styling for such a small vehicle. Look at these here, the air intakes, strong lower bumper, and it looks so different to the normal Toyota Yaris in that new generation. Headlamps come with LED as standard, and the length is at 4 meters, 13 foot 1 or 158 inches. That's a couple of centimeters, a couple of inches longer actually than the normal new Yaris generation. And the interesting thing is that this here is a platform mix. So in the front, the GAB platform, so the Yaris platform in the front, and in the rear to house this all-wheel drive, the GAC platform, so the one of the Corolla or the CHR in the rear. The normal drive would be 60% in the front, 40% of the torque in the rear. In the track mode, it's 50-50. In the sports mode, it's 30% in the front, 70% in the rear. Also interesting is that the roofline here, especially in the lower area here, right there, in comparison to the normal Yaris version, here is lowered by about 9 centimeters or 3.5 inches, so really substantial. And this car is just so much sportier than also here in that side profile. And you see 3-door, whereas the normal Yaris is only 5-door anymore. 18-inch wheels are standard, and with the performance package optional, you also get the red brake calipers right there. Here in the rear now, the tail lamps are one of the few elements that are the same to the normal Yaris. Everything else, again, unique for this GR Yaris. Also these performance exhaust here, really massive for such a small vehicle, and a very strong diffuser in the lower end. Top speed, by the way, 230 kilometers or 140 miles per hour. Toyota Gazoo Racing here also for this engine all over the place. The badges here is a 3-cylinder engine, 1.6 liter of displacement, 261 horsepower, and 5.5 seconds is the acceleration figure, 1 kilometers or 62 miles an hour, 360 Newton meters of torque, and indeed all-wheel drive, as always all-wheel drive, just in with different distributions. As I said, in the side profile view, so very interesting concept. Of course, looking forward now to drive this one. These sports seats make a very good first impression. So here like this, they're in the lowest position, and 1 meter 86 or 6 foot 1 still works here as for the headroom. And considering it's a really small car, okay, a little bit, a little bit longer than the normal Yaris in here in this case, but considering it's a small vehicle here, steering up and down in out smooth process, you still find a good seating position here even as a tall driver, so actually quite comfortable. Accessing the rear is only possible then from here, this side. There it slides forward, and then getting inside is not too easy, so let's try that. And well, I mean, it's a platform mix here in the rear, but headroom wise I have to have my spine all the way relaxed actually. And if I then look over here to the driver's seat, that would not really work. Interior overview, it is not something you would consider as calm. We have a lot of different design elements right here. Steering wheel quite compact, sporty. Right side here for the cruise control. Left side to control something, of that smaller screen and for the volume. 8-inch screens, told you earlier, standard. You can put your smartphone here and then have a longer cable going right there. This is possible. Cubbyhole here, but I mean, if you go racing, probably not the best idea. What is cool is that we still have the classic climate knobs here, so this is really easy to control. Sumo deals to the screens and the instruments. Lower part, we also have a 2-level heating for the seats, USB-A connection as well. And then here's an interesting drive selector here, the normal mode. You remember 60% in the front torque, 40% in the rear. Track mode, 50-50 distribution. Sport mode, then this goes for 30% in front, 70% in the rear for this rear wheel biased. And we'll test it on the track. 12-volt power supply. Then the 6-speed manual gearbox here, short ways and pretty crisp to put that in. Manual handbrake, and this is really important for this rally feature. And the interesting thing is, developed from the WRC, here's also this WRC badge. So you can pull the handbrake and then it blocks the rear wheels, but still you can drive further with the front wheels, for some rally style action. Not too much to show you here. Classic analog instruments. The check engine light, of course, goes away when I really turn on the engine like this, and then we can also rev it up, yo yo yo. And in the middle part you can see the visualization there as well. This is just a small screen that you have a digital speed, for example, just to have a little bit better overview of how fast you're actually going in this really, really fast small car. Here we go with the infotainment system, and it's a basic one, so to speak. This one also does not feature a GPS here, this concise car, but if you have the Apple CarPlay mounted, this would be then the hotkey to go to your smartphone maps, which is the most useful thing because most of the stuff you see here in the car internal GPS system or car internal software system is not really that useful. So my tip, just connect your CarPlay or your Apple Android Auto, and then that's it. And here we have the good integration, and the sound system here is actually quite decent for a small car. You cannot get the optional sound system here in Germany because they rather set the performance focus, but in other markets it's available. Trunk capacity is 174 liters. Here we go. Underneath we have the battery right there. Yeah, of course not too much space. You can also fold the seats from here. Yeah, like this. This is interesting, this cover, how this is secured. Yeah, let's leave it with interesting. So then just to give you a sample luggage here inside and some measurements. The length here, still a small vehicle, 60 centimeters. Welcome, Thomas's Active Driving Lounge. This was almost 100 kilometers an hour, and we're in this track mode, 50-50 distribution from that all-wheel drive here on the wet track. And yeah, it's interesting to watch the cameraman on the co-driver seat. You're getting all over the place. This is a beast, a small beast. Look at that, very crisp manual gearbox. 150, 160 kilometers an hour. Wow, now hard on the brakes. I have the IMT mode activated. This gives us some throttle blips. So when I, let the clutch go. Now a little bit wet road here once again. You heard that maybe. And now when I'm shift back, also the RPMs are even out. So I'm right there in the right RPM region once again. Really cool. Now go into a small slalom right here, and you can see the handling and the steering is so crisp and precise. Look at that, really awesome, pretty cool. Look at how balanced the car is and so natural from the steering input. Really, really awesome. So now just be careful, past these vehicles right here, and then we can go on speed again. Second gear. Wow, that sound is really awesome. And I mean, the road is really quite wet and still I have so much traction, and I can accelerate this car out with that all-wheel drive. So at the moment, again, the 50-50 distribution, look at that. It It's really feeling like a true rally car. This is, wow, hardly have ever experienced such a WRC feeling in a normal production vehicle. Gosh, incredible. This is, wow, really flabbergasted what's happening here. Let's go to the sport mode. The sport mode changes then that we have more distribution to the rear from the torque. So I have a kind of rear-wheel biased vehicle. And again, I have to say, the steering feeling is pure perfection. So I don't have to turn that much. And you can see like the steering commands I give here also in the slalom, they match what's happening on the road. I don't have to turn in that much once again. And I mean, it's so precise. So they've really tuned it to the max. And the president himself of Toyota Corporation was test driving this car, on rally tracks and so on. So this is like a prestige project because the Supra is more or less a BMW, and this they want to put here as the pure Toyota sports car. Now with the sports mode, yeah, I feel that we have more torque at the rear. Still, really good traction and handling, but I feel the car's a little bit more loose. So it comes around with the rear axle a little bit more. But still very calm and collected from all the systems, screaming from that exhaust. And I could very well imagine, just put a rolling cage in that one here, other tires maybe. And maybe like this, like a true bucket seat or something. And then you can just go and drive like semi-professional rallies and so on. And this is the reason why you really feel this was reverse engineering. So they started from this WRC car and then went to the production car. And I must say, I'm really, really impressed of what they've done here. So it looks aggressive on the outside, but driving it is much more aggressive than we would have imagined, definitely. This is, wow. And one cool feature is, by the way, you can use the handbrake and the front wheels still spin, so you can do it like this. God, this is so amazing. You've seen that? Let's do it again. Awesome. This is and there you can really do like some true rally style. You can just spin it around the hairpin corner. This is really awesome. So wow, so much fun with this car on the track in the different driving modes. And this handbrake action that's the cool stuff, right? And now to our conclusion for today with the all-new Toyota GR Yaris. This was a really impressive ride here today. It's a small car from the outside. It looks already aggressive, but it doesn't really tell all the story until you've driven it indeed. So, aggressive styling on the exterior, due to the new generation, also a more attractive interior. Really nice sport seats here with the microfiber surface and also good in the comfort. So I really like the approach that suspension-wise and seating-wise, it's sporty, but it doesn't get less comfortable, so you can still drive it as a normal everyday driving vehicle. Infotainment system is not as fancy, of course, yeah, but usually just you use it with the Apple CarPlay or the Android Auto, and then that's it. Super precise steering, crisp to put in the gears. Again, a very good suspension as well, and this driving agility, the driving characteristics, just superb. So neutral in the handling. Always a great grip from this all-wheel drive and a very impressive performance for this small car segment. And of course, so much fun with the handbrake, rally style. Of course, just something for the closed circuit. Well, once again, I think the whole package, steering, agility, the neutral balance handling it brings on the road, the grip and so on, you really feel that this was originally meant to be a WRC car, and they also, continue with their professional engagement right there. That really works. And then when you think about 32,000 euros, for example, German price without the performance pack, and 38,000 euros with the performance package. Of course, with the performance package, we also have the torque vectoring, which is also very helpful, was really cool today as well. But still, when you remain under 40,000 euros or dollars for such a performance here, this really means something. So from the sporty driving fun, I think next to Mazda MX-5 at the moment, one of the best price performance ratios here for sporty cars on the market. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Leave us your comments to this small racing ball and I hope to see you at some other reviews of us. Join us next time.